Okie dokie. I think I was about to say I think I fixed the weird eyebrow thing from the last stream, and I see it's immediately happening again. Hopefully it won't be as bad because I'm going to be mostly looking this way this time, though let me actually move the microphone a little bit. This might sound awkward. Alright, I probably should have done that before the stream started, but I was still setting stuff up. So today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different that I've been excited to try out. I have no idea if this is going to work at all, but we're going to try. I'm playing a game called AI Dungeon, which, if you don't know what it is, I'm going to explain it as we go over to this page. It's basically a text-based adventure. Actually, let me move myself over a little bit. I don't want to block any of the text. I'll hide down here. It's a text-based adventure where you type and an AI types back at you. That's pretty much it. There's a lot that can go on here. If you want to make some stories, you can try that. I've tried a few things on this. Half the time I ended up, I'm a sucker for like medieval fantasy stuff, so I tried being like a fantasy character, and then it would have me wake up the next day and get into a car to go to school. So it's not perfect, but I'm going to try something a little outrageous for the stream where I'm going to try seeing if the game will let me play as James Bond. So I've typed out the start here already. You are James Bond, a secret agent working for MI6 under the codename 007. Your favorite drink is a vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. Now, the AI is sometimes bad at forgetting or remembering things. Like, I've had it forget character names as you're talking to that character. So I really wanted to... My three main goals are to introduce myself as Bond, James Bond, and have the person I'm talking to understand what I mean by that, like saying the name in that order. My second objective is to get a vodka martini, shaken, not stirred, and have whoever the bartender character is actually make it. And the final objective is to take down a bad guy. I don't care if it's some random like thug henchman, but I want to take down one bad guy. If I can do one of those three things within however long we get here, this game does have like an energy system. So if I run out of energy, that's kind of going to be the end of the stream. So I think I don't think we'll hit the energy in the time I have to stream tonight, though. But yeah, where was I? You carry a loaded pistol as well as an array of out-of-this-world gadgets, such as a wristwatch that can fire a tranquilizer dart. 1 week ago, a British diplomat was found dead on the streets of Toronto, and you were called into action after a never-before-seen poison was found to be the cause of death. Bum, bum, bum. You arrive in Toronto early in the morning, expecting to make contact just outside the airport with your weapon and car. Instead, oh, okay, so this is where it started adding in its own thing. Instead, you find yourself at the scene of another crime. A young woman has been brutally murdered and her body stuffed into a briefcase. Okay. That's a little unusual, but we've already derailed from the mission that I typed out and found a young woman. Okay, I guess what would James Bond do in this situation? I mean, he has a mission to do, right? So I guess we should just get the police to handle this, because this is completely unrelated to the reason we're even in the country. So I would get the attention of the nearest police officer and then continue looking for your contact. Because I don't care about that completely unrelated crime. That poor girl died, but I'm a man on a mission here. We don't have time for that. You look around frantically trying to locate any police officers or other security personnel. Suddenly, you see a man running down the street towards you from behind a parked car. Okay, hopefully this is the guy who has our equipment that I couldn't carry on the plane. So I guess we're going to assume this is a good guy here and just kind of stand here and greet him. Let's wave at him. That's a very in-character thing for Bond to do. Wave at the man. We're going to just wave at this guy and see what happens. Why are my eyes doing weird things? One thing after another with this. You wave and call out, "Hey," as the man approaches. The man is tall and wearing a long black overcoat which flaps behind him as he runs. I don't know what our contact looks like because I didn't write in a description for him, but what is going on with my eye? Oh, I think I'm like hiding behind my microphone now, so my camera's having trouble seeing me. Anyway, that's not important. Okay, this guy's not saying anything back, and I imagine if he was a good guy, he would, right? And I wrote it in such a way that we don't have a gun right now because I was supposed to collect it from the contact guy. So what would James Bond do? I think James Bond would just kick this guy in the chest and see what he has on him, or like, no, knock him out and see what he's got. We did just alert the cops to start heading this way, though. Let's give this guy a roundhouse kick to the face. Deliver a roundhouse kick to the face of the running man. So we're just going to knock this guy out and deal with this problem really quickly. Roundhouse kick is a very... There we go. We launch a... You turn and face the running man, awaiting his arrival. He closes the distance, and you launch a vicious roundhouse kick. We're just minutes from leaving the airport, and we have just kicked a man in the face and seen a dead body. Both things completely unrelated to why we even came to the country, but let's see where this goes. I'm just going to let the AI continue here. If you don't type anything and you hit enter in this, the AI just continues with the story. The man easily dodges your leg and grabs your outstretched foot. You begin to fall, and the man easily follows, wrapping his arm around your neck in a choke. Are we going to die? Am I going to die as James Bond just minutes into this story? So he's got me in a chokehold. What do I do? Well, I probably have my wristwatch with the tranquilizing dart. Activate my wristwatch and have it launch a sedative dart at the attacker. We got to deal with this guy right away. We're in a bad situation almost immediately. Your watch seems to have no effect on the man. He begins to tighten his grip around your neck. Death by snapping your neck. It seems this is how he... We made it like... We made it steps out of the airport. The start of the story is like we didn't even... Oh my god. Well, one of my goals was to literally just greet somebody by saying my name is James Bond, and we died. Okay. Okay. Well, I can't think of any way. I'm sorry, I can't think of any way this could have possibly gone worse. We literally just died at the start of the story. Okay. I guess... Okay, I guess we can undo... We're going to chalk this up to a horrible failure. But we're going to undo this all the way back to the start. And just completely try again. This is life number 2. Let's retry what the AI put there and see if we get a different start from it. So we're going... Instead, you find yourself face to face. So this is we've just come off the plane now in this one. We're starting over. Instead, you find yourself face to face with a man who claims he is the ambassador himself. He introduces himself as Mr. White and says that his plane has been diverted and will not make it back until tomorrow night at least. Well, a mystery ambassador introducing himself as Mr. White sounds like something a little more James Bond. You know, this is a little more promising. Let's shake his hand. Reach out your hand and offer Mr. White a handshake. Maybe he's the contact. Maybe Mr. White's the guy who's got our gear. Mr. White, I'm sorry I can't come to see you right now. You're looking at me. You're standing in front of me. You've already come to see me, Mr. White. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm just gonna be blunt and say I'm just gonna get one of my goals over with right away and say name's Bond. James Bond. There. Goal 1 of 3 complete. We've just introduced ourselves. Let's see how he reacts to finding out that I am James Bond. I know exactly who you are. Oh. You are a little bit surprised. A little bit surprised. You don't know how to react, so you just continue on with your plan. So okay, so we're just gonna leave. We're just gonna leave Mr. White behind. Okay. Leave the airport and look for the man who has your gear. Maybe contact was not like the right word to use. Maybe it doesn't understand that. So we're just going to say the man who has your gear. He's got our gun, and he's supposed to have a car for us. Oh my god, our top secret guy that's meeting us has a sign that reads Mr. Bond. Jesus Christ. This is more. This is like. This is the Mr. Bean version of James Bond. You exit the airport and are swept away by a crowd of people. You see a man holding a sign that reads Mr. Bond. The man holds the door of a black sedan open for you. So he's at least got the car, right? So let's just get in the car. Let's get out of here. Get in the car. Get in the car, Mr. Bond. Good God. The man drives the car away from the airport and seems to make sure you aren't being tailed. After driving around for a while, he speaks. Man, we're not being followed. Okay, so he's making up for his very obvious mistake earlier. He at least knows to look behind him. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna introduce myself. Or wait, should I ask him? What should I do? What should I do? Hold on. I need to think about this for a second because I don't want the story to get like super derailed. So it's good that we're not being followed. I could like say something insulting to him about holding a sign up with my name on it. Or I can cheat and just go for one of the other goals I set for myself and ask the man to make me a martini while he's driving me. Let's see. Do you know how to make a martini? Oh, man. Yes, it's shaken, not stirred. Panama. Wait. So he said he knows how to make a martini and knows the kind of martini I like. We need to make sure no one is listening. Repeat after me, Panama. Is he like activating some kind of sleeper agent thing? Okay, let's see where this goes. Panama. We're repeating after him. Wait, do I have to say all of this? Okay. Rhineland, Slovakia, Poland. Am I supposed to say, okay, you get the idea? I'm going to repeat that anyways. We're also saying that part of what he said. What? What? Okay, let me just... We're just going to copy this. And some exclamation marks. Good, now here are your new contact details in case the phone dies. What is the password? Wait, why is he like... What the fuck is going on? Okay, let's just get out of this car. This guy's drunk. Get out of the car. Did he get in case the phone dies? So he gave me a phone, and take the phone with you. This guy's a complete nut job. We're getting out of this car right away. He's probably the guy that attacked us. You walk towards a door. Okay, no, hold on. This isn't even like slightly related to what's going on. So I want to retry this one. Okay, you find yourself standing outside a barn, which is serving as the Alaskan Bullworm Ranch and ice cream factory. You hear the distinctive sounds of an ice cream factory coming from... Okay, so maybe the villain put the poison in ice cream and this guy's just dropped us off here. Okay, so we're gonna... You draw your pistol and what do we do? Go around to the back of the barn to look for a quiet way in. Okay, we're sneaking around the barn. The ice cream might be the poison, so we gotta be sure. As you round the back of the barn, you notice a stack of barrels. On top of one of the barrels is a bottle. Let's inspect the bottle and see what is in this bottle. You inspect the bottle, yes. What do we find? My eyebrows. The AI is struggling with this one. It does not know what's in this bottle. Can't believe that first. The AI doesn't know what to say? Dude, the AI put the... Okay, maybe... It might be the way we typed it. Let's do examine the bottle. Maybe inspect was... Maybe inspect was like not a good word. You examine the bottle. Okay, here we go. You see a green glass bottle with a cork in it. You put the bottle in your pocket. Why? Why? Bond, what are you doing? Then continue your search. Why did he just pocket the bottle? You look behind some garbage cans and find a ladder leading up to a window. Okay, perfect. Climb the ladder. And, oh my god, I can't type. Look in the... I just realized, since I moved my microphone, my keyboard is right below it, so I apologize if you can hear me typing loudly. I didn't think of that when I put the mic there. Okay, so we climbed the ladder. You can see into the window a little bit. There's an office and a few workers. You can't quite make out what they're doing. Okay. We don't know if they're bad guys yet. This driver, who's a complete nut job, who sounded like he was trying to activate the Winter Soldier on me, he might have just dropped me off at a random ice cream factory. So I shouldn't go in guns blazing. All right, so we're going to quietly climb in the window and see if you can... And see if you can... Let's just look around first. Let's get a lay of the land inside this ice cream factory barn thing. You climb through the window and look around. There is a large open space filled with boxes of ice cream and a forklift, but nobody is around. Okay. Okay, we can take a close look at the ice cream and check if it's poisonous. All right, we might be onto something here, guys. We're about to solve this case right away. Wait, we tested the ice cream for deadly poison by just licking? James Bond, you fool. You put some ice cream in a cone. Oh my god. This is... Alright, so we're just in a factory eating an ice cream. Okay, so these obviously aren't the bad guys. Gladiator Games, how's it going, man? I'm good, how are you? I'm sorry, I'm like dying from how stupid this story has become. Alright, so James Bond is in an ice cream factory eating an ice cream cone. We're not any closer to solving this. We gotta get out of here. This is obviously not the right place, so let's just take the ice cream cone with you and leave the building. Let's get out of here. This is not anything to do with the mission and why we're here. Yikes. You exit the building and start wandering through the town. You stop for a rest on a park bench. A little girl walks by and stares at you. Well, based on our track record, this little girl is about to kill us, so maybe we should strike first. No, that's definitely not a James Bond thing to do. What would James Bond do in this situation? Oh wait, we have an ice... Okay, let's give her the ice cream cone. That's a nice thing to do. Give a child an ice cream cone. The little girl seems to really enjoy the ice cream and gives you a big smile. So, okay, so one of the goals was to get the martini. So let's ask the little girl, do you know how to make a martini? Okay. You never know in this world, right? Just from asking that, she instantly identifies me as James Bond. We've just been outed by a little girl. You nod. Oh no. We're caught right away. Okay, I just want to see where the AI goes with this. Yikes. Wait, okay, the little girl looks at you carefully and then says, you look just like him. Yeah. You thank her and then go in search of the man with the broken martini machine. Okay. Apparently there's a man with a broken martini machine. I don't know who that is, but he must be important to the story if... Wait, what's a martini machine? Huh? A martini machine? Don't you put it in the thing and you shake it. Wait, what is a machine? Okay. Okay. I don't even know what to do here. We almost got the goal of getting a martini out of the little girl, though. She was closer to making the martini than the man who was driving us in the car, and obviously didn't have access to the martini materials. But let's see. Let me think for a second. Um, we should probably get out of the park where we're giving a little girl ice cream and then she's asking about martinis. That could get a little weird. Um, okay, I guess we're just gonna search for the man with the broken martini machine. That's our newest gadget, the martini machine. As you reach the edge of the park, you see a hotel across the street. There is a man standing in front of it holding a sign that reads Mr. Bond. Why does this random man at a hotel looking for me? All right, let's ask him that. Why do you have a sign with my name on it? Who is this guy? Oh, you must be the spy from London. Not even discreet. Just this random man just knows we're a secret agent. All right. Your room is ready, and your brother said I should escort you there immediately. James Bond has a brother? You look at the man shocked. All right, let's get escorted and see what happens. Um, all right, let's follow the man to the room. Let's just see where this goes. You follow the man into the hotel and he shows you to your room. He says dinner will be served in the dining room soon and that he should be honored that you are joining him. He should be honored that you are. So we're just having dinner with this guy who had a sign and Otis. I don't trust this guy, but this is better than the first attempt at this story where we died within 2 minutes. So, um, yeah, let's just sit down and wait for dinner. I'm not gonna fight this. The AI is running this story now. We're just sitting down waiting for dinner. Secret agent identified by everybody in town, including a little girl right away. Mr. Bond, your dinner is here. You come in. Wait, why did I say come in? I'm the one waiting for dinner. I'm so lost. Come in? Okay. Oh, am I like telling the waiter it's okay to come in and give me dinner? All right, we just gotta wait. Did I ever ask? I never asked the man who what his name was so I can identify him. The man who had the sign. Let's just see if we can do that. Ask the man who had the sign what his name is. I want to be able to identify this guy so I can like recall him later in the story. Alfred the Alfred the Butler? Is this gonna turn into James Bond versus Batman? Do you know? Oh, so now we're asking where Mr. White is. The random man we met at the airport named Mr. White. We're bringing him up. Okay, let's see what Alfred has to say. Oh my god. Mr. White is in the dining room waiting for you. Thank you. Wait, but I'm already in the dining. Touch his butt. I'll be put in jail for butt touching. All right, so maybe we weren't in the dining room and we were just sitting somewhere else. So let's see. Go to the dining room and is it right? So we met Mr. White already, so we're gonna reintroduce ourselves to him again, properly this time, not in a busy airport, but in a private dining area. Wait, what? You approach the dining room, you hear a woman crying inside, and somebody inside says, "Do you like it? I had it custom made." And now I'm saying, "Let her go. I'm here. Let her go." So, okay, so now we're saving a woman. Okay, we're gonna burst into the dining room with your gun drawn. All right, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're just gonna start shooting. You see a man with a knife to the woman's throat. All right. Shoot the man. You can't stop me with a hostage. I'm a secret agent. I've been in this situation hundreds of times and I never miss. You fire your gun. The bullet hits the man in the head and he falls to the floor. You run over to the woman and take the knife from her throat. Wait, he fell to the floor, but the knife was still in her throat? Did he already stab her? You should I think you're supposed to leave the knife in. This is so cursed. I don't know what is going on. Let's throw the knife away and make sure the man is dead. You never know with these villains. They could come back to life or something like that. And I don't know what's going on with this woman. I guess she's dead? The man is dead. You leave the room with the woman following. Oh, so the knife wasn't in her throat? Maybe it was just like taped to her throat. The woman is crying and thanking you for saving her life. Oh, wait, all the women in the James Bond stories have weird names like Pussy Galore and stuff like that, right? Let's ask her what her name is. Maybe she's got one of those names. What's your name? Come on, be a James Bond really weird character name. Louisa. Okay. That's not quite the name I was hoping for. You were just visiting. Okay. Get out of here and call the police. I don't want to deal with whatever's going on in this hotel. I've got to find... Oh, right, the brother. You turn around and see a man standing in the hallway. Spin atop, this might be a dream. Okay, while the man is just staring us down, we're going to spin atop and see what happens. Maybe it's Inception after all. The man smiles, and you can tell he is not a friendly person. He spins a pen in his fingers. Hello, he says. My name is Mr. White. Okay, so it completely ignored the spinning top. And apparently this is Mr. White, and not the man who was in the dining room, who we just shot in the face, who I thought was Mr. White. So we're just gonna shoot Mr. White in the foot. We're just gonna cripple him right away, and we're gonna torture him for information. What was this? Your gun is at the ready. You point it at Mr. White. Who are you? You ask. Mr. White says, I believe I was first. You touche. Well, we've already... Okay, well, we can do that. We can do the James Bond classic introduction here again and get another bonus point. The name's Bond. James Bond. So we didn't end up shooting him. Maybe that's for the best. I don't know. Maybe he's not a bad guy. What would you say if I told you I work for the government? You never? He literally does work for the government. That was his job when we met this guy in the airport earlier in the story. He already said that's his... What the... Wait, it looks like he was about to say something. Let's just let the AI continue, because it says Mr. White here. What are you going to say, Mr. White? You already told me you work for the government. Well, never. That's a shame. Who do you work for? I can't tell you that, but you just said you work for the... What do you want? Okay, no, we're going to try this again. Shoot him in the foot. Oh, okay, now we're getting somewhere. You shoot Mr. White in his foot. He falls to the ground and grunts in pain. Tell me who you work for, or I'll shoot your other foot. All right, who do you work for, Mr. White? Let's see what he has to say. Now we're getting some information. All right. I work for the government. That's... He just... Oh my god. You work for the Klin Republic? I don't know what that... What even is the Klin Republic? Is that a real place that I've never heard of? Is that just like made up? The Kingdom of Sweden? The Marsh? Just imagining, like, seriously asking someone if they work for the Martians. Come on, let me sit up. Answer the question. I work for a secret organization that watches all the spy agencies of the world. Oh my god. This is actually he's part of the organization. Do you have a YouTube? You're amazing. Wow, thank you for saying that. I do have a YouTube, I think. I didn't mean to say I have a YouTube, I think. I was going to say I think it's linked somewhere on the Twitch page, but I can't remember. Um but yeah, it should be somewhere. I don't have like a link handy, and it's like a weird YouTube doesn't have like the what do you call it? It's not just like YouTube slash whatever, it's some code thing, so I don't know it off the top of my head, unfortunately. But anyway, this guy works for the organization that watches all the spy agencies of the world. So this is serious. Now we're actually getting somewhere with this secret agent story. All right. Let's aim the gun at his other foot and tell me where I can find them. Because now we're getting somewhere. We're going to threaten him with another gunshot and see if he spills the beans. Where can I find your bosses? You aim your gun at Mr. White's other foot. Mr. White, why are you doing this? You, tell me where I can find the Illuminati. Mr. White, all right? Oh yeah, all of them. They watch every... That must be why he knew me as James Bond right away and had a sign with my name on it. I can take you to them. I thought you said you worked for them. Why would that be what you ask if someone says... Like, if I was working in a grocery store and somebody was like... never mind. This just makes no sense. Alright, so he's going to take me to his boss. Okay, let's help him to his feet. Let's help him stand up. Because he's going to take us to his boss. And we're finally going to get to... What were the 3 goals? Introduce myself as James Bond, get a martini, and take down a bad guy. Those are the 3 goals of this story. You help Mr. White to his feet. He says, thank you, and then he says, I work for the Illuminati. And I say, is that supposed to be a joke? At least that's a reasonable response from my character, finally. Mr.? And then it just says Mr. Okay, I'm guessing I'm supposed to hit enter again because it didn't finish. What do you mean? The Illuminati was an 18th century secret society that didn't even last 100 years. It's long gone by now. Oh, so I know all about the Illuminati. Mr. White. It keeps stopping, like, it seems to stop a lot when it's just about to say something more. Is that like trying to get me to use up more of the energy so I run out? Apparently not. We still operate and we're more powerful than ever. Why are you so secretive? And again, it stopped. This is actually kind of making a little bit of sense now. Like, the guy works for a big organization, and he's telling us a little bit about it, saying that they've existed for a long time. Like, this is almost believable a little bit. Anyway, let's put your gun against his back and tell him to lead you to his boss. Let's go get the big bad guy and just blast him. We're not taking a loss on this story. Mr. White, no, don't do this. Take me to your leader. We're already here? We're already... This is their home base? We've been here the whole time? I'm just gonna say... Oh my god. Oh my god, we're already here. Oh, what? I've never seen this before. We get a choice? So it's between, what is this place? It's our world headquarters. Why did you bring me here? Or you point your gun towards the table. There, sitting with a bloody rag on their head, is a man. They have a screwdriver in one hand and a hammer in the other. What? Okay, the top one makes more sense for the story. The bottom one is a man sitting on a table with a bloody rag on his head and a screwdriver and a hammer. So obviously we're going to go for this one. Because this is probably if this was an actual James Bond movie, this character is probably the henchman that we have to have a big fight with, right? Okay. Point at the man with a rag on his head and ask him if he can make you a martini. Because one... Oh no, I spelt martini wrong. I hope that doesn't mess everything up. I think you can... Hey, hold on, hold on. Let me undo this because it's going to mess it up, I think, if I spelled it wrong. Oh, can I not just hit enter? Okay. Pop someone's knee. Okay, if he can't make a martini, he's getting shot in the kneecaps. Oh, and you asked before about, are you using the Griffin or the Classic? I'm actually using the Dragon one. I signed up for the... You can do like the free trial for a week, so I signed up for it and then just canceled right away just to get the free trial for a week to see what it's like. So it's supposed to be apparently the best one. I've been playing around with it a little bit over the weekend. Okay, wait a minute. You point your gun at the bloody rag on the man's head. Excuse me, can you make a martini? The man takes the bloody rag off his head. Oh my god, if he's got a martini under his rag, that's going to be amazing. All right, your kneecaps depend on you being able to make a martini, dude, so... Sure, what's your poison? Vodka. First time here? First... Wait! Wait, he actually... He's actually about to make a martini. Okay. I'm just gonna say... what can we say? What's a nice thing to say? Your kneecaps. Thank you for your service. He might not know what that means, but I know what that means. His kneecaps are getting saved because he's making me a drink. Adjust the settings for more than 45 character responses. Oh, is that... Wait. Wait, now it just shot them. Now it just shot the man in the kneecaps. Wait, no. He screams in agony. He was going to make me a martini. He screams in agony. Blood oozes from his wounds. You take that fucker, Mr. White. Ouch. What? Let's ask him. Can you still make a martini? One of the goals for the stream was to get this drink. Oh wait, now we're pointing the gun at Mr. White's other foot again. Sir, I don't have a clue what's going on, so you... Okay, so we're just ignoring the bleeding bartender guy? Alright, you know what, let's just... Let's just shoot Mr. White in the kneecap. So both of these guys have now been shot in the kneecaps, I hope, unless it does something completely different. You shoot Mr. White in the left kneecap. He falls to the ground and screams in agony. You scream all you want. No one can hear you. Okay, okay. Return to the other man and help him up. Ask him to... Oh, we should do and ask him to finish making your martini. It's very important that we get this drink. So Mr. White can be screaming in pain over there. That's fine. We just need to get a martini. How's the AI doing? It's not. It could be a lot worse. Thanks, man. Now I don't know what to make. A martini, of course. Oh, wait. Shaken, not stirred. Adjust the setting. Oh, right, right. What am I doing? I tried to open it up in another tab. Okay, we can just go here. I was afraid if I clicked on this, it would like back out and exit the story. Oh, here we go. Length 45. So we can... Oh, I never knew that was a thing. Okay, good. It saves everything. Okay, shaken not stir. Of course, coming right up. That'll be $15. We have to pay for... I just shot this guy, and now I have to pay for a martini? Yikes. Alright, we're just gonna pay him, because all I care about is getting a drink. Pay the man. Oh my god, after all that, his name was Martin. So Martin just made us a martini. Man, it's a pleasure to meet... Why would he say it's a pleasure to meet you after we just shot him in the kneecaps? It's a pleasure to... Shouldn't you be tending to your buddy? Oh, he's faking it. He does that to attention. For attention. He's fine. He only shot your foot? What? It's getting confused as to, like, who did what to which character. Because now it's saying he only shot... Okay, what matters is we got the martini. So that's one... We've introduced ourselves as James Bond, a secret agent. We got a martini. The only thing left to do that we haven't done in the story that was a goal at the start of the stream was to take down a villain. So we're going to walk over and finish off Mr. White. Let's hope we can finish. Okay, so we walk over to Mr. White and finish him off. Villain dead. Right? You're a cold-hearted son of a bitch, Martin says. I learned from the best. I'll drink to that. Give me another martini coming right up. So Martin mixes your martini while you go back to your seat. The bartender, who's Martin, calls the cops to report a shooting. So Martin doesn't care about his boss dying. He's making me another martini while calling the cops to tell him I just shot somebody? Oh, Martin's an interesting fella. Alright, so we're gonna... What do we do here? Is Martin the real villain all along and he's playing me like a fool? He's gonna get me arrested after killing his boss? Is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna shoot Martin. Oh my god, something just landed in my eye. What in the world? Alright, you shoot Martin and he falls on the floor. His ragtag team of he had a ragtag team of misfits? His ragtag team rushes into the bar. You shoot 3 through the chest before they even knew what was going on. The other 2 put their hands up. They drop their weapons. Oh, good boys, now drop your weapons. They drop their weapons knowing that they're outnumbered and outgunned. They're not outnumbered. I am one person. You walk over to them and kick away their pistols. So I just shot this guy and then I got ambushed by 5 people. Immediately shot 3 of them and the other 2 just surrendered. I am the greatest secret agent alive. Alright. Shoot them both in their kneecaps and leave the hotel. That's going to be the calling sign. If you ever see, like, evil henchmen with bullets in their kneecaps, that means a James Bond has been nearby. You shoot both men in their kneecaps. They fall to the floor and scream in agony. You exit the hotel, leaving a trail of blood from the 2 wounded men. You feel a burst of pride for a job well done. Okay. Now we have to try and get back to the airport and go back to England. And then we're done. Mission accomplished. The crime ring, the Illuminati has been taken down in one swoop. So let's call for a taxi and head back to the airport. We're getting out of here. We've literally just saved the world. In a matter of minutes, we've just saved the entire world. You raise your arm and a taxi stops. Airport, please. Sure thing, pal. The driver pulls away from the hotel. The wounded men shoot at you as you pull away, but only hit the car. They're not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. You feel a sense of dread and think about your next escape plan. Maybe you should try flying to England? Is this game listening to my microphone? Holy smokes. And what does the driver even care that his taxi cab is being shot at? To the airport and step on it. I've never told somebody in real life and step on it. So this is the next best thing. Is telling a character in this game to step on it. Hurry up, buddy. We need to get out of here. Shoot the helicopter in the kneecaps. I wonder what it would do if I tried to type something like that. You arrive at the airport and exit the taxi. You run inside and put a ticket. You run inside and put a ticket for the next flight to England. Is it me or is that worded really weirdly? Anyways, it's $800. So you pull out your credit card and pay for it. You board the plane and sit in an empty seat, hoping that you don't get caught. You sit next to a large man who removes the pillow from his seat and curls to sleep. He puts his large arm around you in a loving embrace. What? What? What in the world? Sir, please respect social distancing. Shoot him in the knee. Oh, that's so much better. I should have shot him in the kneecaps too. Jeez. Wait, okay. The man immediately stops embracing you and slides over to the far side of his seat. You notice that everyone on the plane is staring at you. You feel very uncomfortable and decide to walk around about the cabin. The cabin crew notices you and threatens to call the police. The captain comes over the intercom and addresses you by name, claiming that you are a notorious murderer who killed 12 people with a sniper rifle. I mean, if I'm a secret agent, I'm sure that's happened at some point, right? You are taken away by airport security and led into a detention room. So we're caught. We didn't manage to escape after a mission complete. See? You'll never take me alive. You'll never take me alive. You break the window of the detention room with a chair. You run outside and are met by 20 officers with guns pointed at you. You are shot 7 times in the chest and collapse to the ground. The last thing you hear before passing out is the police captain saying, "You're one hell of a psycho." Okay, no, we're gonna get him. Are you ready for this? With your dying breath, you draw your pistol and shoot all 20 police officers in the kneecaps. One last dying act. We're gonna shoot all of their kneecaps in one go. One last heroic stand. Is it gonna work though? While you miss all the officers' knees, the police are too scared to go near you, giving you the time to crawl away and find a hiding spot. A week later, you are found dead in an airport storeroom from a combination of blood loss and suicide by pill overdose. Where did the pills come? Okay. So we got away from the cops by shooting at their kneecaps, missing every shot, and then crawling away to some place where they couldn't find me for a week. You have been poisoned by your own hand. Well, I don't know if that's poisoned if I was shot 7 times in the chest, but okay. What a good time to enter the stream. Yeah. Well, you've just witnessed how James Bond dies by attempting to shoot 20 police officers in the kneecaps, failing, and then crawling into a hiding spot to die and being found a week later. The good news is, during this story, we did... can you scroll up in this? Yes. We did manage to take down the Illuminati leader. The leader of the Illuminati, right here. Yes. Mr. White, who worked for the Illuminati, and we finished him off good. So while we had an embarrassing death at the airport, just trying to get back to England, and for some reason we got put into a loving embrace by a random large man on the airplane. Maybe I should have just accepted that man's loving embrace. If I had just accepted, I part of me wants to go back and see what happens if I just let the man hold me in his loving embrace, like undo the end of the story. But I'm also a little bit worried it might lead to something I don't want to show on the stream. Even if it's just words, right? Like you never know. This game's done some weird things before. Ending B. All right, let's go back. Undo, undo, undo. It's here, right? I think this is the... You board the plane and sit in an empty seat. Yeah, you sit next to a large man who removes the pillow from his seat and curls up to sleep. He puts his large arm around you in a loving embrace. Okay, what if we just lay back and go to sleep? We're gonna sleep in this man's loving embrace and just calmly take the airplane home without causing any trouble this time. And James Bond will have a successful mission. You put your head on the man's massive stomach. Why? You hear as you drift off to sleep, the man begins to hum a little tune to help you fall asleep. You have arrived in England. That's the, that's the good ending. We had a weird loving sleep on the airplane with this strange mystery man, and now we've arrived safely in England. Okay, story. I've never actually tried the story option, like to see if you can actually just type anything. So I'm going to say 5 years later, James Bond and the large man who doesn't have a name are happily married and retired on a farm. Yeah, that's the ending of the story. They have 2 children. Look at that. They have 2 children and live happily ever after. I've just spoiled the ending. I just spoiled. This is the true end. This is the you have to unlock all the other endings in all the James Bond future video games to unlock this ending. Ending C, shoot his kneecaps. Okay, let's just see what happens. Why not? That's the true ending though. What just happened there, that's the real ending of the story. The random getting married to a large man you just met on an airplane. Okay, the man puts his large arm around you in a loving embrace. Shoot him in the kneecaps. This is the ending where James Bond becomes a villain instead of a hero. You shoot the large man in his kneecaps and he screams in agony. People stare at you, some with anger. You shoot 3 of them in the chest and the others look away in horror. The man next to you is terrified and looks white as a ghost. Don't be afraid, this isn't your fault. It's all Steve. Who is Steve? What? The man nods in understanding. He opens the window and throws up into the plane's fuselage. Steve. Steve from Minecraft. What if I just type shoot Steve in the kneecaps? I have no idea who Steve is in this story. Yeah, it might be Steve from Minecraft. I don't know, but we're going to shoot him. These bullets can travel any distance and find anybody. You shoot Steve in the kneecaps. He screams and begs for his life. You, shut up, Steve. Steve, please, I don't want to die. You threatened to kill my girlfriend. You remember Jenny, right? The love of my life? Oh my god, James Bond has a girlfriend? Does this mean in the other ending, James Bond also had a girlfriend and she just got abandoned for the large man on the airplane? Steve sobs and nods. Good, now where were we? Please, I don't want to die. If you didn't want to die, you shouldn't have threatened Jenny. This might be Jenny from Forrest Gump. Jenny! What are you gonna do now, Steve? You shoot Steve Wait, you shoot Steve in the chest, killing him. The large man stands up and hits you in the face. He stomps on your groin and breaks your neck. You choke to death in your own blood and soon die a grisly death. The large man just killed us. But what? Oh. Yeah, wait. What happened to the large? You shoot the large man in the kneecaps. So yeah, I guess we never killed the large man. We just shot him in the kneecaps, and then later on he comes back for his revenge because we didn't finish him off. He was our lover in the true ending, but in this ending, he brutally murdered us. Well, that's the magic of AI Dungeon, I guess. Is anything can happen, but just remember the true ending of this story, in my mind, is well. Now I don't know because now I know that this large man had this bloodlust inside him the whole time. Maybe that ending isn't as happy as you thought. Maybe there's a sequel where James Bond comes out of retirement to fight against his large man. Wait, we never learned his name, so I want to try one last thing. With your dying breath, ask the large man what his name is. We have to know his name after all this, right? Just to put a name to the largeness. With your dying breath, ask the large man what his name is. Hmm? My name is Ben Wellington. I am the last good guy. He shoots you in the head. He's the last good guy. Oh my god. That's okay. Well, that's that. Ben Wellington, the last good guy, large man on the airplane. He's the only person in the entire story who we shot in the kneecaps and he continued fighting back. Everyone else immediately surrendered or died, but Ben Wellington, he took bullets to the kneecaps and still killed us. And apparently he had a gun that whole time, but still chose to originally just stomp on our groin and break our neck. Like he could have sat there without trying to walk on his damaged kneecaps and shot me, but Ben Wellington. This started out as a James Bond story, but it ended as a Ben Wellington story. All right, so this has been interesting. I'm gonna pop over to this screen because guess what? I usually don't. I don't know what I was gonna say there. I have to wake up in like 5 hours to go to work in the morning, so I'm not gonna stream for too much longer. But thanks guys for showing up. This was a lot more fun than I expected. I didn't know what to expect from this, and I was really scared the AI would like whip out something that you don't want to talk about on stream, but it went pretty well. The story in a weird way almost started to make sense at the end there, other than the weirdest thing was that driver, the car driver at the start of the story. Where is he? I just realized I went over to this screen so you can't see it. But this guy here, oh my god, I just clicked and it went right to the bottom. This guy here who was getting us to repeat these random words. Rhineland, Slovakia, Poland, Panama. Like it's like he was trying to like activate the Winter Soldier as we were driving in his car. I don't know what it was up with that. Maybe that was Ben Wellington before we knew his name. And louder. Yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for showing up. This was fun. I don't know if it'll happen again because I've been doing like the Dragon AI was like a week-long trial, and I think this is one of the last days, so I just wanted to try this before it ended. So I don't know if this will happen again, but it was fun. I'll see you guys around. Have a good. Well, I don't know what time zone everyone's in. For me, it's night, so I'm gonna say have a good night. And if it's not night for you, have a good whatever. See you later, guys.